for free before. So I want you to value it. I want you to count yourself privileged to have this kind of class. And I want you to appreciate God and also thank the NGO, the Regamos NGO that has given you this opportunity. So, and I want you to take this class very important. I don't want you to take it for granted. This is what people are paying hundreds of thousands to get. That's what you're about to get this afternoon. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Or with you.
Okay. Thank you very much. So this afternoon we'll be looking at the last. Okay. This afternoon we'll be looking at the last P of the 3 P's of your business. You know, I told you that we have 3 P's of business, which is the product, the people, and the process. Like I said yesterday, these 3 works together. You can't build a business without the 3. Hope someone is hearing me. I don't want to be talking to myself.
We are following.
Okay, please, at any point that you can't hear me, let me know. Just let me know at any point you can't hear me.
All right, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, sir.
Like I was saying, that you can't build a sustainable and scalable business without the 3. You need a product or service that solve a problem or that meet needs. You need the process that help the operational system of the business, that help you to, at a point, separate yourself from the business and let the business be able to run without you. You need a process. Then you need the people that will work with the process and the product to deliver value to your customer. So the 3 are needed to run a sustainable business. So as an entrepreneur, one of your main jobs is to have these 3 in place. Once any one of these 3 is missing, the business cannot survive. It's just a matter of time. The business will crash. I've been there before. I told you the story of how I started my first business in 2011. And as of 2015, I was no more in business, despite the business was making a lot of money. But I wasn't in business. I just realized one day that I wasn't in business again, because one of the 3 was actually lacking. So today we'll be looking at the last P, which is a process, and the process deals with your structure and system of the business. So today we are looking at business structure and system development. So we'll be looking at what takes you from small to big. What role your business system, structure, strategy play in building your business from small to big. So those are the things that we'll be looking at today. So to start with, sorry, I'm coming. Okay. To start with, let me use this this pregnant woman you are seeing on the screen right now as a scenario. You can just read with me. An entrepreneur is like a pregnant woman carrying her pregnancy for 9 months before finally delivering the baby. Every entrepreneur carries an idea for months and delivers. Also, every business is nurtured. Every baby is nurtured and fed by mothers to grow from young to adults. The same way a mother nurture, feed their baby, that same way entrepreneur nurture and feed their business to grow from small to big. So it's just like a mother carrying a baby in their womb for 9 months. That's how you were carrying your idea at a point in your head. You are carrying it, you are thinking about it, and that disturbed you, couldn't sleep. Like somebody was with me this morning, she said, I can't sleep. It's beginning to get me disturbed here and there, every now and then. That's how it is when you have that innovative idea in your head. You are carrying it, you carry it, but at a point you couldn't help again, you bat it and you begin to nurture it. So in a process, you need to take your business from small to big, just like a mother will nurture, will nurse their baby, and they begin to grow gradually from being a baby to an infant, from there to teenager to youth, and like that. So you begin to nurture your business. Every business goes through 4 stages. There's 4 stages of business life cycle. We have the, we have the introduction stage, we have the growth stage, we have the maturity, and we have the decline or saturation stage. Those are the stages every business goes through. When you first introduce your business, start your business, you are at introduction stage, at that baby stage. At the point to move from the baby stage to a growth stage, and from there you move from growth to maturity. Then at the point, you begin to decline. That's, you get to that saturation stage that if you are not innovative, if you don't know how to revive your business, the business begin to decline. So that's the 4 major stages of business. But for you to take your business through these 4 stages, you need these 4 futures, these 4 futures to be in place, which we have been discussing for the past 3 days now. You are the founder, you are the forefront. You need to have a mission, your leadership capacity, character, knowledge. You need your team. Your team is comprises of your advisors, your board of directors. Your advisor might be your mentors, and they will also be professionals. Then you have your board of directors who work with you, your co-founders. You have your employee who work with you on the business. You need to build your marketing system as well, which is you build your marketing strategy, you build your unique selling point, what differentiates you. We talked about that yesterday. Then you need to build your system. That's where we're actually going to today. You need to build a system. We have different kind of system. You have the legal system, the accounting system, your procedure, your processing, you have your technology usage, and all those things. Those are your system. So in the 21st century, one of the major big difference between a small business owner and a big business owner is the number of customers they can handle. The major people you serve, the more people you serve, the more effective you become. What does that mean? What I'm simply saying there is that what differentiates a small business and a big business in the 21st century is the number of people they are able to serve, not the building. You can have a gigantic building. That does not say you are a big business owner in the 21st century. It doesn't matter how big or small your office is. What matters in the 21st century now is how effective and efficient that you can serve as much as possible people at the same time. How you can reach out to more people, how you can serve them, get your product down to them without any delay. That is what differentiates a small business from a big business. And what is that major factor that differentiates them? The factor that helps a big business to be able to serve more clients is the process is the system they have built, the process they have put in place that works for them. So every staff of the organization, every team member follow that process. So either with or without the founder, the operation system is in place. Things are carried out on their own. So now, let's look at this. I said taking your business from small to big requires you passing through the eyes of the needle. Like the Bible said that it is easier for the camel to go through the eyes of the needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. So the same way, as an entrepreneur that wants to go from small to big, is like you passing through the eyes of a needle. You know what it means. Now, what passes through the eyes of a needle is not the entrepreneur. It's not the founder. What passes through the eyes of a needle is your intellectual property, not the entrepreneur. It is your intellectual property which has to do with your product, your process, your people, all these, that your research, all you've worked for, that you built, are what passes through the eyes of a needle. And the moment you can do this, I tell you, nothing will stop you from going from small to big. The moment you can pass that stage is a slim chance. If you can work your business to that level, that you can pass through that slim chance that you have, there's nothing that can stop your business from growing. So you must differentiate yourself from your business. In differentiating yourself from your business, the 4 factors that we spoke about earlier, which is your marketing system, your products, your system, all these things must be in place. And you must build your capacity as an individual, because you can't build a business beyond your capacity. I'll keep saying that. You see that from day one, I kept emphasizing on that particular point. So what is a system? A business is a system of a system. Your system is that 4 competitive advantage you have. It's one of the 4 competitive advantage you have. To grow your business from small to big, it is very important for you to create a business system. So system are the step and procedure you put in place to ensure a predictable outcome each time. Let me explain that. There are some process you put in place. There are some procedure you have put in place in your business that either you are there or not, it will always give the same results. Let me give an example of a bakery. If there's a system in place, the staff that makes the bread, they already know the quantity to mix. They know, okay, if we are doing 1 bag of flour, they know how many sugar that must be added. They know how many milk must be added if they are adding milk. They know how many butter must be added. So once the process is in place and the founder has established that process, so either he is there or not, they just follow the same process and we give them the same results. That is why you see some of these franchise fast food, the same way their food tastes in one branch is the same way it tastes every other branch, because there's a process in place that each of the branch must follow. So is that procedure you have put in place that ensure a predictable outcome at every point in time. So it's not about try and error thing or using any kind of meticulous planning. You have just put a place that makes everything efficient, minimize waste, make your staff effective and efficient to deliver the kind of results that you are looking for. So we have different kind of system. We have your sales system, your marketing, your production system, distribution system, accounting system, HR system, and so on. So from over a period of time, your business should become well-oiled that either you are there or not, it gives a kind of result that you are expecting. And that gives you a competitive edge over your competitor if you put this in place. So now let's quickly look at this. Before we go into how to build a system, why should we have a system? I said some of it earlier. A system offers you the unique opportunity to get freedom you went into a business to achieve. What do I mean by that? For every entrepreneur, are you with me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Okay, thank you very much. So every entrepreneur, one of the reasons why we go into business is to gain our freedom. And there are two kinds of freedom we want to gain. We want to gain financial freedom and want to gain time freedom. We want to have our time for ourselves. We don't want to be locked down by one job that doesn't give you the opportunity to exploit yourself, to do what you want to do, to achieve your purpose and some other things like that. So entrepreneurs, we start business to gain freedom, want to gain financial freedom, and want to gain our time freedom. But you realize that most entrepreneurs become self-employed. They become locked into the business and create another job for themselves. Why? Because they didn't take time to create a system that can help them to achieve that freedom. So one of the benefits of creating a system for your business is to be able to create that freedom, to be able to achieve that freedom you went into business for. Like I told you yesterday that for like 3 weeks, I was out of the business. I switched off my phone most of the daytime. I was attending to some other thing, relaxing, went on vacation. I attended boot camp and all those things. I visited places to relax my brain, to re-strategize and all those things. If there is no system in place, I cannot do that. So with system, it ensures that you implement and maximize all the good ideas that you have in your business. Let me explain that. That's the number 2 point there. When you can start a business with one idea, but as you begin to do the business, you begin to see different ways into the business, different ideas keep prompting. But if there is no system in place, you cannot maximize all your business idea at every point in time. Like now, we have two different organizations. We have Marble Brand Concept Limited. We have Game Business Incubator Limited. With each of these organizations focusing on different services. Do you understand that? Each of the business is focusing on different services. That is to say that we are exploiting, we are maximizing different we are maximizing different business idea we have. Like in Gain Incubator, we have co-work space, we have our tech hub, we have the agricultural hub, we have farms across the country. We have, we incubate business idea. We have our food hub, which is our farmers market. Then in Marble brand, we also offer different services. If there is no system in place, we can't do all these things. And realize that with system, you can leverage on just few staff or team member to achieve a lot of things at the same time. So that's exactly what the third point is talking about. It allows you to pass high value work to others, allowing you to expand your focus and what your focus or your business is all about, wants to do. Like what it's trying to say is that you can pass high value job, things that you think your staff cannot do, you can pass it on to them because you have a system in place. So system allow you to use your leverage to gain success faster than you can imagine. You understand? If you have a system in place, it makes you to quickly build your business. It makes you to grow faster. It makes you to achieve more success. It makes you to run at high speed. That is another thing system does for you. Then the cost of running your business is reduced while you are adding more value to yourself. Good system allow you to have complex tasks performed by less skilled and less professional workers. Sometimes you won't, if you have a system in place, you don't need to employ high skilled individual. You just train people how to do those things, and following your system, the process you've put in place, they can do the same job and they will deliver. So that and many others are some of the benefits you have. So also the last point here said, system make your business less reliant on the individual and more reliant on the process of the machinery procedure. What that point is trying to say is that when you have a system in place, you are not scared of if this staff leave, if one particular staff leaves your business. Sorry, excuse me. That system makes you to, you won't be scared of, oh, what about if this staff leaves this job? Like, this staff is very, very valuable in the organization. What about if you just leave one day and things like that? That's another fear of that startup used to have, especially when you have a very good staff that is working with you. You don't want them to go because you believe that nobody can do the job like this person is doing it. No, when you have a system in place, it helps you not to rely on an individual, because there's a process, there's a procedure of doing everything. So if that person leaves, another person will just come in and just key into the process as well. You just need to train the person again, and the person follows the same process, and the job is done. So, like I was saying, let's go to the next slide. So let's look at how to create a business system. How to create a business system. Yeah, I said a system, a business is a system of system. It has to be, or no business will ever go beyond the capacity of the founder and maybe a few people working with you. In a business, you have accounting system, communication system, legal system, supply chain system, manufacturing system, distribution system, and many more. Now, what I'm trying to say is that a business is a system of system. Let me use a car as an example. A car is a system of system. If please, I hope, please, can the person just mute your mic? Please help us to mute your mic.
Please mute your mic so we can hear him.
So, like I'm saying, a business is a system of system, just like a car is a system of system. If you see, you will notice that in a car, we have the gear, we have the brake, we have the throttle, we have different systems within that same system. If any of the system fail, that car might not move beyond where it is. Let's say, for example, you want to move your car in the morning and there's no oil in the brake oil, there's no brake oil in the car. Will you be able to take that car out? No, the first thing you do is to ensure that you fill that brake oil, because you know that if the brake fails on the road, that's a big calamity. The same thing with gear. If the gear fails too, is also another problem. So each of these systems within the car must be working perfectly. That is how a business also operates. A business is made of different systems. You must put your legal system in place. You must put your communication system in place. You must put your accounting system in place. If you are producing, there must be a supply chain. There must be the manufacturing system must be in place. This distribution system must be in place. Each of the systems that makes up your business must be in place for you to work effectively. So that is how a business works. So you can't work without another. So they work all together, but system is distributed within different organizations. Like the number of systems I might need in my own organization might be different from the number of systems you need in your own organization. Depending on what we are operating, our business model, then the kind of industry you are, the kind of services you are creating. Like in my own organization now, I don't need to have a manufacturing system because I'm not manufacturing. But I must have a legal system in place. I must have accounting system in place. Do you understand? I must have the procedure, how things are, the business governance must be in place, because these things are very important. So let's look like in the other slide, I said how to create a business system. So number one thing is to separate yourself from your business. The first step in creating a business system is to find a way to separate yourself from your business. What do I mean by that? Every business that wants to grow must have a life of its own. Just like you have a life of your own. If a baby is not separated from the mother, that baby will not grow in the womb or after 9 months. It will just be there. You understand? The baby must be separated from the mother for the baby to be able to grow. Are you with me? So your business must have the ability to operate as an entity on its own. And how do you do that? It is by legalizing your business. Now, I want to say this. In Nigeria today, we have, I think we have 4 kind of means of legalizing your business. We have the business name that we call enterprise. We have the limited liability. We have the NGO. Then we also have what we call public limited liability. You understand? The limited liability is we have the private and we have the public. Then, but this day we also have another one that was just added, which is a limited liability by share or something like that. I can't really remember that one right now. But the major four that is popularly known is we have the enterprise, we call it business name. The professionals call it business name, but it's also the same thing as enterprise. We have the private limited liability, we have the public limited liability, and we have the NGO. So either of these four you can use to legalize your business. But let me tell you this today. Business name is not the right system for any business that want to scale. Any business that want to scale, that want to live beyond the owner, business name is not the right means of legalizing your business. Is anybody with me on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. If you want to build a sustainable and scalable business, the business structure, the legal structure that you must put in place as a startup is private limited liability. That's another class on its own. I might not be able to really dig deep into that right now because of our time. I don't want to take too much of time. But the right structure you must put in place is your private limited liability. That is the right structure you must put in place. Because that is the only structure, or let me say, that is the structure that actually, especially if you are going for profiting. If you are going for non-profiting, you can go for the NGO. But if you are going for a profit company, you must go for the private liability company, private limited liability company. Yes, you might say it's expensive, yes, but it has more benefits. That is the right legal structure that separates you from your business. When it comes to giving your business a life of its own, business name does not give a business a life of its own. If you register a business name, it is still the same thing as you. It is not, you are not separated from your business. If anything happened to that business, they will still get you responsible for it. Like the loss and the profit of the business is still attached to you. You take all the risk, you enjoy the profit, yes, and you also take all the risks alone. As a business name owner, you can hardly get a founder because they don't see it as the right structure. They don't see you being separated from your business. You are still the same as your business. The only thing you are enjoying is that your business is legalized and you can open an account to run the business, but the business is still seen as you. If you have any, you can hardly see any big organization out there that give millions, contract worth millions to any business name owner. I've been there before. Let me quickly share this experience with you. Please give me 1 minute, please.
No problem, sir. Please, if you have any questions, kindly send them in now. Thank you.
Please just spare me just few minutes. My attention is actually needed. I need to quickly do one or two things. Just give me 2-3 minutes.
All right. So far I've learned a lot from what he has been saying, and hello, can you guys hear me? Hello.
Yes, you can.
All right, all right. Please, I sent a message to Kingsley. I don't know if he has seen it. Huh? Kingsley, please, I sent you a message. Check it, please.
Please, can you resend? I've lost the message. The call came in, so I just logged in back and I can't see the message, please.
Oh, all right, I'll resend. All right, everyone. So at the beginning of the class, he told us about the three P's that we need to build a sustainable business. And he talked about the process, said the process is the first thing the first P we should have, then the people and the product. He also mentioned that if any of this is missing, the business cannot survive, it's going to crash. And then he likened an entrepreneur to a pregnant woman. And he said that the idea is carried for months, just like a baby is carried for months before the baby is delivered. The same thing can be likened to an entrepreneur. The idea is carried in the mind for months before it's actually delivered. And then the idea will be nurtured just as a baby is nurtured, then to grow from small to big. So he also spoke about 4 stages for business life cycle. Spoke about the induction, growth, maturity, and then decline or saturation. Some of us had not joined then, but so I'm trying to rephrase what he said. And then he also spoke about the futures for one's business. Said, first of all, you have to have a mission. When you have a mission, you need a team, then marketing, and then a system. So yeah, I think he has spoken about the first 3 before, but right now we're majoring on the system. That is what he has been talking about. Talked about the benefits of a system and how to have a system. And the benefits of a system, he spoke about so many benefits, but then I picked about 2 or 3 of them.
Thank you very much for that fast summary.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for that. I was actually listening to that. Okay, let's move ahead. So like I'll say that you separate yourself from the business, and I've been able to touch the kind of legal system you have. Then I said, don't go for business name. I will keep saying that. But if you feel, oh, I don't have much, I just want to start. Yes, I started with that too in 2011. The first business I registered was business name. But as of 2015, I realized it wasn't the right structure. And that's why I couldn't. It's one of the reasons why the business actually crashed. Because I said I want to give you, I wanted to share a story with you. In 2015, I bid for a contract. No, was it 2015 or 2014? I bid for a contract with Vital Foam. They have this, their subsidiary called Vital Green. Then I bid for this contract. I saw the adverts and I bidded for that contract there. So I was part of those that they shortlisted to come and do presentation to the management. We went there. I think that was either late 2014 or early 2015. We went there, no, it was 2015, yeah. We went there to do the presentation. I did a presentation when they called us, and it was awesome. The management fell in love with me. Wow. In fact, from my presentation and their question, I know will be called back. I think a week after we were called back, and I realized that it was 2 out of all the people they just shortlisted that were called. Only myself and one other guy. And we are given 70% of that contract. Then we got to a point, we need to come and sign the contract, and we are asked to come with our complete documents. I don't know if you are with me, if you understand what is happening at that point. I only have what they call it. I only have a business name certificate, not a limited liability company. We got to the place to sign. We signed. We did every other thing. Then God that to be on my side. They forgot to ask for my certificate. They forgot to ask for my certificate at that point.
Wow.
So we left there. I decided not to show them. I know that it's going to be, it will cause an issue. So God has helped me. So I didn't want to. So I just left there. I drove out of the place. As I was stepping into my office, they just called me. Mr. Adeyanju, we didn't collect your certificate. This, that. I said, I've got it to my office. So I said, okay, please, can you send it tomorrow? I said, no problem. So the following day, I sent the certificate to them via courier. When it got to them, they called me, we've received it. Mr. Adeyanju, you have a business name certificate. How are we going to do this? We don't deal with a business name. They said it, point blank. We don't deal with a business name. But now the issue is now we've signed a contract. Their own legal system have signed the same contract. So now there's not an issue. Supposing we have not signed that contract, that would have been the end of that contract. They won't give it to me. They'll just forget about us then. But we have signed. Now say, what are we going to do to this now? The management have signed, the legal partner have signed. So if they go back to the management that they can't give it to us, management will ask them, why didn't they ask of the certificate before they sign? So they can't go back to the management too. So they now said, okay, what they will do now is that I'll provide 2 guarantors. And they gave me one kind of condition they thought I can't meet up with. They said I need a CEO of a company that is already making 10 millions and above. Then I need one government official that is level 16 officer in government parastatal. And these 2 guarantors must have houses in Lagos that worth some millions. They just give me some condition that they thought I can't meet up with. And to their greatest surprise, God shamed them. I met up with the condition. Within 2 days, I submitted the guarantors form back. And they were like, are you for it? That was how we got that contract. But what I want to bring out is that some other person did not have that opportunity. I heard of a guy that also bid for another contract with the same Vitaform, but now the real Vitaform. They are furniture department. They wanted to build some furniture for a school. And this guy was just, in fact, they said he had the best presentation, he has the best furniture. But at the end of the day, the guy presented a business name certificate. And that was how he lost that contract. So that's why I kept telling people, no matter how the condition whatsoever behind business name or the money that you are looking at, please don't. Just find a way of registering. all you need is to get the right professionals, consultants, mentor to put you through. Do you get it? No matter what anybody is telling you, me, I'm giving you from experience. I'm giving you this information from experience. Now, number 2, let's quickly run through other points. Create a process and procedure of operation. Setting out policy and what staff have to do, how to do it and how not to do it, what should be done and what not to be done. Now, some other person will say, how will I set out a policy and procedure when I'm just starting out? I don't even have a staff, I'm the only staff. Say yes, from the day one that you legalize that business, put a structure and put a procedure and process in place. Look at it. How many departments do you think this my organization will have? I'm just giving you a clue. This is a secret. Think of it. How many departments does my organization will need? I will need marketing department. I will need an accountant. No matter how small your organization is, you must need an accountant. Yes, you can hire an accountant at the start, but you will need it along the line. You need a marketing department. You need maybe a customer relationship officer. Those things, you might still be the one doing everything, but create a file for each of these departments. Create a file. Pick a file for, let's say, the accounting department, and write out in a plain sheet what are the job of an accountant in an organization. Write it out. So you know, okay, anytime I'm going to be employing an accountant, this will be his or her job. Put it in that file, put it somewhere. Create for the marketing, create for each of these departments. You've started putting a process and a procedure in place. Do you get it? So to create your procedure, you also you also need to separate yourself from the business. Are you with me? You also need to separate your the money of the business from your own money. So the moment you can see why legalizing your business is always the first thing, because that is what you take to the bank to open an account for your business. No matter how small the money is, every 1 naira, every penny, let it go through your account. No matter how any amount anybody clients want to pay to you, give them the company account. Don't give them your personal account. You see, from experience and what I've known is this: any clients you send a company account to, there's a way they respect you from when they are seeing your own personal account. They see you as a serious-minded person. Oh, this person is serious. This person knows what he's doing. Then you begin to build your cash flow. One day you will need that cash flow. You need your statement of account, whether to get a loan from somewhere or to prove that you are worthy of a grant or any other thing. That there's a day is coming. Somebody will request for your cash flow, for your bank statement. And if you have not been using that account, what will you present? Then the next thing is to leverage. You need to learn how to leverage. There's a leverage is about duplicating a higher value item or skill at a much lower cost. Leveraging, you have, when we talk about leverage, you can leverage other people's time, you can leverage on other people's resources, you can leverage on other people's money, you can leverage on other people's, you can leverage on technology. It's just a way of finding your job easier to do. Some people will feel getting loan is not an ideal. I tell you, don't start a business with a loan. If you can get a grant, you can get a support from friends, but don't ever start your business with a loan. But you build your business to a level that you need a loan to take it to the next level. Although in our organization, we are doing more of crowdfunding than going for loan. So you need that. You need to leverage on all these things. Leverage on time, leverage on marketing, leverage on money, leverage on all these things to be able to get your job done faster. Develop your intellectual property. That's another point for you there. develop your intellectual property, and legalize them. Now, see, let me say this here, and this just comes to my mind. Every entrepreneur, every startup, focus on building your system and your structure at least your first 3 to 5 years. Don't be after I want to make money. Don't be after you want to buy clothes and buy some things that you don't need at the beginning of your business. Invest your money in building your business structure. Let me share this with you again. In 2017, there was a contract, there was this client that contacted us, and we made some money from that service we rendered to the client. The client needed, I think she needed an email blasting, email marketing. Then we didn't have our own gateway, our own email marketing gateway to blast. We still leverage on all those small platform like emailblasting.com or some of them like that. But we needed our own gateway. We made some money from that deal. And at that point, we also needed money for some other things, for some personal things, like maybe paying a child's school fees, paying your house rent. You see, these are very important things you must pay for. But we also know that we need to get our own gateway. And the money we made from that deal was just like exactly what we need to get that gateway. And we also need money for personal needs. But yet we went for that. Did you know that that gateway loan has made a lot of millions for this company today? But if we have said, okay, we need money, we need to pay our house rent now first. Let's go and pay this house rent. We won't be able to achieve that. So we focus on our system first. That gateway loan now, we can employ any staff today to be doing that alone. The gateway is there. Just upload the emails, put your content there, and you are doing it. And it will give the same result. So I'm there, I'm not there. So it's a system we have put in place, and we are still enjoying that system up to today. So that's on that. Focus on building your system and your structure at least the first 3 to 5 years. You see, there's this saying that most startups fail within their first 5 years. Let me tell you the secret today. The reason why most businesses, 95% of business that start today has the probability of failing within their first 5 years. And the reason is that most startups don't focus on building their structure and system. The moment money start coming, that's when they remember, I need to buy a car. That's when they remember, that shoe of 20,000, I want it now. You understand? Yes, you need all those things, but the mission is not for you to look rich. The mission is for you to be successful. You must put your structure in place to bring that kind of money you need in your business. Let me tell you something. Today, the kind of money we are making in this business, we are not making it 3, 4, 5 years ago. We are struggling, but we focus on the right thing. Today, as I'm talking to you this morning, somebody just invested 1 million naira into this company. If we don't have the structure and the system, we won't attract those kind of people. So focus on your structure and your system first. Develop your process. Put a process that measures performance in place. Use technology to create system and to be able to serve people. You know, I said the other time, the more people you can serve, the higher your company goes. Increase your financial IQ is very important. We have one course on our Startup Academy which deals with financial education. If you can take that course alone, in fact, you would have done yourself another good. In fact, the best gift you can give yourself is to take that course, financial education. Increase your financial IQ. How do you leverage on other people's money? What are the things that you must put in place for? We have something we call the cankerworm and the caterpillars that eat your money in business. If you don't have the right financial IQ. I remember one day that this task force and this internal tax people walked into our office and start asking for something, and they started telling us they are going to charge us some hundreds of thousands of naira. But because I'm a step ahead of them, I just told them, see, all the record you are asking is with my with my CFO. That's the chief financial operator of the company. And this is another financial accounting firm that do that aspect of it. The moment they hear that, that was the last day they came to our office. Once they know that, for this person to have done this late, we can't get any money from this one. So do you understand that? So put all these things in place. They help you. It might look like you are stressing yourself at the beginning. It might look like, will I be able to survive this? But I can tell you, this is what will help you to scale your business in the next 3, 4, 5 years. So let's move to the next thing. I've taken much of our time already. So the only thing that determines the quality of your service and the amount of your repeat business are the quality of your system. I've said that before, the quality of your system is what determines the quality of the services you are giving to your client and how you are repeating the same thing over and over again. So the quality of your system, the attitude of the people and the training they have, that's the people that work with it. How knowledgeable are you about the business and your capacity? I will keep saying that, your capacity. You can never grow a business beyond your capacity. How well your business can serve at time. How many people can you reach? How many people can you serve at the same time? This determines a lot about your business. Now, let's quickly go to the next topic, which is the organization structure. What is different between a structure and a system? A structure is a framework around which a group is organized and underpinned, like is a system that we put in place that makes people to be able to work together. Collate your team is your operative manual that helps them to know who to report to, who is in charge of what. The structure you put in place is what determines that. That's what they're saying there, that it is the operating manual that tells members, that is your staff, your team, how the organization is put together and how it works. That is, who is responsible for what. If anything happens now in this organization, I know who to talk to. I know who should be responsible for that. Why is this not working? If a client complains of anything, I know who to hold responsible. That is a structure. That's where your structure comes in. So your structure describes how members are accepted, how leadership is chosen, and how decisions are made. Do you understand that? That is a structure. So why structure? Why should you develop a structure for your business? Structure gives members clear guidance of how to proceed. A clearly established structure gives the group means to maintain order and resolve disagreements. Structure binds members together. It gives members the identity in a group, in a team. It gives everybody an identity. Then structure in any organization is inevitable because it defines the hierarchy of work in your organization. That's why we have what we call corporate governance. That's another course on its own. We also have that course in our startup academy. We have what we call corporate governance. Who and who occupy your board of director, your board of advisory, and all those things. So structure helps people to understand, resolve disagreements, understand what their roles is, what is who and who to report to, and all those things, how to measure results and all those things. So structure help you to do that effectively. Then the element of structure that you must put in place, you must have some kind of governance. They said where there's no rule, there's no where there's no rule, there's no offense. Where there's no rule, there's no sin. So you must have some kind of governance. You must rules by which the organization operates, your distribution of work, then your governance. When we talk about your governance, that's where we talk about your corporate governance of the organization. You have what we call this organogram. You have your organogram in place. You have your organogram in place that help you to develop your business, that help you to know who and who to report to, who is in charge of what, who is in charge of what. That organogram also help you to know that it's part of your governance. Then, why do your structure help you to understand why, who and who form your governance itself, and where each of them are placed in the governance. Like, for example, like where does your advisory board takes what role? Where are they placed in the governance? Where is your board of directors placed? Where did your team members, your staff, where did they come in? Where is your customers? Then for your staff, you have your organogram that shows who is reporting to who. So everybody is not coming to meet the MGCU at every point in time. Everybody knows the procedure. They know who to report to. Do you get it? So that is that. Then the rules by which the organization is operates, you also put that in place. Distribution of work among everybody. Everybody know what they are doing. Let's quickly look at
Please mute your mic.
Okay, to put your structure in place, you must have these 4 tasks in place. Transforming your community, your organization, your team needs to understand the vision and what roles they are playing. They have to be in the vision. They need to understand your vision. You understand? To be able to carry the organization mission, purpose, objective, value out. You need to put your plan for integration in place. How do you want to scale your business? So someone has to lead the vision and figure out accomplishment by breaking it down into strategies and goals. That's the job of leader. Then supporting the effort of those working to promote. You must be able to put things in place to support everyone in the organization, like salary, remuneration, and all those things. Then why should you develop a structure for your organization? I'm trying to work towards the time. I can see the time is fast spent so that we can have time to ask questions and other things. So why should you develop a structure for your organization? Definition of roles and responsibility. I've said that before. It helps to know who is responsible for what roles everybody is playing in the organization, so that I won't be playing the role as the MD, I won't be playing the role of the customer care. And the customer care officer will not be playing the role of the HR. Do you get it? So everybody knows their roles and responsibility. Communication, it helps us to know the channels of communication. So as the MCU,
Please mute your mic as you are coming in. Mute your
can you
mic.
help us to mute everybody? Please help us. Oh, so can you hear me now? Hope you can hear me now.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. Now, once we know the communication channel, the office assistant won't just barge into the office of the executive director because he wants to make a report. Once he knows that, oh, this is the right person for me to meet, that person will take my report or my complaint to the ED or to the MD. Do you understand? The financial officer will not go and be talking to the marketer when he's supposed to be talking to the MD. So there will be a communication channel who to report what to. Number 3, authority within the organization is well spelled out. Accountability, there's accountability because there's hierarchy and everybody knows what is their responsibility. Then the overall importance of the organization, which is a structure, is put in place, is well defined. So this and other things through the organizational chart or the organogram, or everything is put in place. Now let's quickly look at the next thing. How do you develop that's so there? That's where we're going to end the structure. But before I leave this class, I won't really like to leave you without touching how to develop your brand and your business strategy. It's also something I just want to give to you, although it's not really part of this class, but I will quickly touch this in the next 10 minutes, how to develop a brand and a business strategy. Like I said, building a brand goes beyond creating a system and product, but ensuring that your system and your product, quote that or underline that, your system and your product or services add value and satisfy your customers' needs. So that's where your brand comes in. Now, you can have a product, you can have a good system, you can have your people in place, but if you don't understand the power of your brand, you won't be able to satisfy and add value to your clients. You won't be able to create that uniqueness that you actually want to create. So becoming a successful business owner, you must become a master of recognizing people's needs and desire, or finding ways to satisfy them. If you can consistently, please, if you can write this out, if you can consistently do that quicker, cheaper, better, more conveniently, and with more trustworthiness and honesty than anyone else, you can't help but become an household name. And until you become an household name, you are not yet a brand. For every product that comes into market today, in the next 2, 4, 5 years, they are going to be figured in one of these two places. It's either you become a commodity or you become a brand. So for every product coming into the market today, we either become a commodity or becomes a brand. What makes it to become a brand is you finding a means to satisfy your customer, add value to them, the promise, the mission of your business, delivering of that promise over and over again in a more consistent way, quicker, cheaper, better, more convenient, and with all honesty and trust. That is what makes you to become a brand. And that is where you become an household name. This that you are saying is a secret of our organization. This is all we always try to put to work at every point in time. How can we serve our customer better? How can we make it more convenient for them? How can we reach them quicker? How can they reach us quicker? Even more affordable. This that you are saying is what gave birth to Startup Hub. This is the whole idea behind Startup Hub today. So Quick one. How do you do this? How do you create a brand? I said create a magic experience. Go the extra miles. Add more value. Make sure your clients see that they are getting value for every penny they paid you. Let them leave your office happy. Create magic experience, something that wants to like, wow, do you mean this kind of organization is still in Nigeria? Somebody said, every time it comes to our office, you always see that our staff is always smiling. Like, well, like, what is always making these people to smile? It could just be that only that is making the person to come and over again. Then let your product create solution. Let it create a solution. If you are, then be unique. Be unique. Create a unique selling point for yourself. Create a unique selling promises. Some people call it unique selling promises. Some people call it unique selling proposition. Anyone you want to call it is accepted. Create it. What makes you unique? What makes you different from every other person? Why will I want to patronize you instead of going to your competitor? Let your product serve that purpose. Be unique. Create something that makes you unique. Be innovative. Develop what we call cross-selling and upselling. I'll quickly explain that. When we talk about cross-selling, if you go to startup.com.ng, you can write that down. Startup, that's startup, then up. Start plus up, startup, then up, H-U-B, startup.com.ng. If you go to startup.com.ng, what we did there exactly is what they call cross-selling and upselling. We realize that for every startup that wants to register a business, which is, let's say, let me use example, limited liability company now. Who wants to register a limited liability company? We realize that after getting that certificate, they also still need some things before they can open an account, like a company seal. They need a company seal. They will need a T certificate from FRS before they can do what? Before they can open an account. So instead of us just offering them the certificate, which is the main objective, the main thing they want to do, we also add the seal and the FRS certificate to the package. So as you are coming, you are picking the certificate, you are picking the seal, and you are picking your FRS certificate. That's what is called cross-selling. So now, instead of your customer going to your computer because your computer is selling something in addition, which will also be something that we still need, you can add it to your product, to your service. So that is what it means, that this is building of a range of secondary product and service that your customer will want. This is always called front and back ends. The front end involves the first purchase of a customer, which is the main thing, the primary objective they come for. Then the back end involves the selling of other products that they need along with the primary. So because they can now get everything in one place, they will prefer to come to you than to go to where. So clients now will prefer to come to us because instead of them getting a lawyer or another consultant to get their CAC certificate for them, they're now looking for another vendor that will do their company seal, looking for another person that will help them to process their FRS certificate. That's a lot of stress. They can see everything with us. Now, when it comes to upselling, upselling has to do with adding value for you to sell at higher price. Like, okay, let me use the same startup service. We realize that, okay, at the point, clients might probably need a website. Because you are just coming up, your website is another tool that you need in your business. So we realize that we need a website. So instead of us telling them, oh, we can build a website for you, we created another package that now include websites. We go beyond their immediate needs. We help them to look into the future. So we add more value, they add more money to it. And they will prefer to take that than waiting for, oh, if I do this, I'll now come and do website later, which will even cost me more. That's upselling. So this true strategy, if you can bring it into your business, it will help you to build a very strong brand. Then another point is being accessible. Being accessible, that's the number 4. Through technology, using websites, social media, email marketing, and all those means of technology that can help clients to access you easily. Make use of them. Then lastly is get an identity. This is what many people take first. I want to have my business card. I want to have a logo. I want to have my color, trademark, and all these things. Yes, they are very important. They are very, very important, but every other step is very, very important too. So let's quickly look at some of the top business development strategy. I have just like 3 minutes more. Top business development strategy. We have networking. That's one of the cheapest business development strategy you can adopt. Getting yourself involved in conference, seminars, and network. Don't be shy. When I get to conference or seminar, I speak out, I talk to my network, connect, and from there, I've gained a lot of clients. Referral. Talk to your client. For every client you deliver to, tell them to refer someone to you if they are actually, if they really get the satisfaction from your organization, they won't hesitate to refer people to you. Sponsorship and adverts. If you have the money, do adverts on social media. Is much cheaper. Do sponsorship, get magazine and all those things. Sponsor program. You can find there are different kind of programs today that you find our logo on. It's part of marketing strategy, business development strategy. Outbound telephone and mails, email marketing, and all those things. Then thought leaders and content development through blogging and all those things. Then combination of these are some of the cheapest and top business development strategy you can involve in your business. So this is where I'm going to stop with you today. I can tell you, if you can put your, like I said the other time, if you can put these 3 P's in place for your business, if you can find the right products that solve the solution, that you can build your idea, your innovative idea into that product, having your mission at the background, get the right people, forge them together to work with you as a team, then put your process in place. These 3 things I've just mentioned can take you the next 3-5 years to build it, but it's not unachievable. They are all achievable. It can take you time. It can take you resources. You can look stressed. You can look like you want to give up. You can look like nothing is working when you are putting these things in place. But I can tell you that they are working. Things are working. Things are in place. Just endure. Just keep pushing. Just put these right things, these 3 things in place. If you can do these 3 things, if you can focus on them, give yourself 5 years maximum. I can bet you with you. My mentor told me this in 2015, that now you are starting all over again in 2016, that if you can focus on these 3 things, in the next 5 years, you will never be the same again. And that is it. The result is obvious today in our organization. If you can focus on building your products that solve problems, that is innovative, that makes you unique, that sells the mission and the vision of the organization, that sells your unique selling point, you can get the right people to work with you through your capacity. They can see that you can lead them, and you can put your process in place. I can tell you, nothing can stop you from being another household name, another global brand in the next 5 to 10 years to come. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. I've learned so much. Thank you very much. We have 3 questions for you, sir. Should I go ahead?
Yes, please do.
All right, sir. So the first question is from Kingsley and is asking how to learn some of these organizational systems through business courses like the project management training or the business development manager.
Okay. You see, this business system of a thing is not what you just learn, like you learn in a class and that will be all. No, it's something that you practicalize yourself. But what I advise people is this: yes, you can take courses, but more importantly, get mentor. Make sure you have a mentor. At least, no matter how worse it is, have at least one that you can always answer to, that can always, somebody that is ready to put you through, somebody that is ready to walk the road with you. At least one. Then get closer to your mentor. Get involved with what your mentor is. Try to learn from your mentor. That's one of the things I first did in 2014. People kept wondering where I learned so many things I put in business today. Where did I get all this kind of knowledge capacity from? I told people, I paid for it. In 2014, I was like doing an intern with one of my mentors all through 2014. I was doing the business by his side, and at the same time, I was working with him. I walked to his office when I resigned from my job, my paid job in 2014. I resigned February 2014 from my paid job. And I walked into his office. I told him, sir, I want to work with you for the next 1 year, but I don't want you to pay me a salary. All I want from you is teach me all it takes to build a business. Everything that has made you who you are today, I just want to learn. And he said, okay, no problem. We have a deal. So no salary, but I learned enough. I learned a lot of things from his system, how he put his system in place, how things are being from one procedure to another. That was what I went through in 2014. I paid the price. I was involved in all his departments. I'm everywhere. Things he cannot send his staff are the things he will send me. But all because he wanted me to learn from it. And I was learning. And as of ending of 2014, I decided to step out to move on with my business. And at that point, that's when I know that I was not having business. I was still joking. So I learned that from him in that year, 2014. And it's working for me today. So many things I learned, I kept putting them to work. Then I have so many other mentors I volunteered for when they want to have program, when they are doing, I'll just volunteer because I want to learn from them. I just want to see how their system is working. So it's not something that you just learn through one lecture. Yes, you can take courses to help you build your capacity, to understand it. But the practical part of it, you must learn from someone who has gone ahead of you. You must involve yourself in one structure or the other and see how they are doing things. So then as you are learning, you are putting in place, you are practicalizing it, you are putting it in place. That's how it works. So entrepreneurs at the early stage of our business is that we are really, really in for a serious work. We work like tomorrow will never come. So that's on that. So you can take courses and all these things, but I tell you, get a mentor to put you through, involve, volunteer for them, be involved in what they are doing just to learn. And that will pay off for you along the line.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know if I answered that question.
Kingsley, your question has been answered. Are you okay with that?
Yes, thank you very much, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. The second question, this person is asking about the best way a business owner can discipline his subordinates and the subordinates will not see it as an abuse. Hello, sir.
Okay, you say how?
The best way a business owner can discipline his subordinate and the subordinate will not take it as an abuse.
As an abuse. Okay. Number one, like I said earlier, that you must have rules and regulation in your organization. And there must be a kind of, from onset, there must be a kind of rules, and there must, how will I put it? There must be consequence for everyone that doesn't meet up with their responsibility. For example, here in my organization, I would like using myself because, you know, I practicalize all these things, so I can easily give you that example. You already know that if you come late to office without a reasonable point, we get, like, okay, for example, everybody resume to work by 9. So you have between 9 and 9:15 if you are going to come late. And we did that way because we know, okay, in most organizations is 8 o'clock, but we're like, okay, because of the situation of Lagos, traffic and all those things, let's give it to 9. So if you didn't get to office by 15 minutes past 9, you already know the consequence yourself. Nobody will tell you, you know what the consequence is. So for every offense, you already place a rules down, and every staff follow it. So because of, from day one, they already know the consequence of doing it. If you don't do this, you are supposed to submit your report at so time. If the report is not submitted at that time, you know there's a consequence for it. Do you get it? So there must be all these things, you must put it in place. So once you put it in place, subordinates will not see it as being abused or being unfair to you, because already it's part of the rules and policy of the organization. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So that is how to undo that kind of, how to discipline people. Let it be part of your complete policy from onset. So once it's part of your policy from onset, they already know, okay, if this and this is done, they will be queried. You answer your query, and if there are some level of indiscipline or some level of offense that you have to go through a query, and once you are queried and you couldn't give a reasonable response, you know what it means. Some, you might go for suspension without pay, and some you even go for the suspension and you will still be coming to office. So all these things are part of the policy procedure that your structure and your system must have put in place from onset. Once they are there, nobody will feel they are being unfair or anything, because that has been there from day one. Or being they are abusing you or anything. So that does it.
All right, sir. The third question, you talked about OPM, other people's money, and this person is asking that, how do you raise capital for businesses that need fund from the onset? From the onset.
Okay, now this Nigeria, and we have to be frank with ourselves. Me, I tell people the reality. There are some people that have opportunity to get fund, maybe from their parents, father, mother, sister, uncle, or relatives. Good. Friends, good. But you see, when we talk about other people's money, the other people's money comes in as like investment, loan. Yeah, that's two major, investment or loan. That's how other people's money come into your business. Grant is just always by luck. You apply, you go through a lot of process, and you might be taking, you might not be taking. At the end of the day, if you get it, good. If you don't. But for other people's money, we're talking about is that now coming as investment, equity in business, or loan. But I tell you, in Nigeria, you can hardly find that at the beginning of your business. Investors are real, they are out there. But at the beginning of your business, they are not always there. Because they've not seen anything to prove that their money will not go down the drain if they give it to you, So it's like playing gambling with their money. And no investor will ever gamble with their money. They must see the reality that yes, you can apply for some grant. We have so many grants, this thing. We have Tony Elumelu, AYE, all of them. That one, if you get it, good. But when it comes to other people's money in form of loan, grant, equity, investment, all those things, nobody, because they've not seen any proof. But you can raise money either through friends who believe in you, who trust you. You can raise money through families, through family member, friends, loved ones, or through your savings. You can raise money. Hardly can you even get a bank that will borrow you money at the starting point of your business without a proof, without seeing your cash flow. So at the starting point of your business in this part of the world, you have to look for a lot of other sources of money. I don't know if you remember, I shared a story with you on the first day, how I used to walk every evening to raise money. Those slippers I was talking was part of the contract we gave from those Vital Green that then I will put those back, those shoes, those slippers from in a basket, and I will be going from one marketplace to the other in the evening. Every evening, that's what I do. So when we make sales, money from sales is what we use to feed and put some in the business to help the business market more, to get more clients and all those things. So we have to struggle through like that, but some people it's not always like that. But at the same time, I've also noticed that those who are privileged to get money into their business at the early stage without the capacity and experience don't always utilize it to the fullness. Many of them come out as in they become indebted to their business, like having a lot of debt to pay. You get it? So at the beginning of the business, yeah, funding is very important. But I tell people you have to do a lot of things to raise money for your business by yourself at the starting point of your business. Because me, I don't even advise people to get low to start a business. The risk is too high because there are so many factors that you are not seeing. It's when you start that you begin to see the reality of life, the reality of things out there begin to get done on you. So I don't advise people to borrow money. If you get someone that believes in your business and wants to invest, we started in 20. I had a lot of experience back there. The 2016 we incorporated the second business, and as of we got our first investment, I think 2018. Since from 2016 we started. We got a support in 2017. The support was from a kind of family member, gave us somewhere to use as office and all those things, not cash, but like support, office space, equipment, generator, and all those things we use. That was what helped us till 2018 was first year we got our first investment of I think 1 million naira or so in 2018. Then we used that to build 2019 like that. We didn't get it. Then 2020 we started getting more investments. More investments started coming in. got angel investors and all those things. Imagine since 2016, see the period it took us to start getting investors. So it doesn't, they're always there, but they want to see proof. They want to show that our money will not go down the drain. You understand? So that's just it.
Thank you, sir. The last question is from Kingsley again. You talked about the financial education area, asking how to be a part of it.
Okay, for those who want to become part of our academy, just go to go to gainincubator.com. Gainincubator.com. Once you get to the landing page, from the menu up there, click on Startup Academy to take you to the Startup Academy. Sign up, pick your package. We have 3 packages there. We have a package of 10,000, a package of 20,000, and a package of 25,000. So you pick the package. The benefit that comes with each package is there. So you pick the package that you want, then you go through those courses. The 10,000 package gives you access to all the 26 courses and some other freebies that come with it. Then you get your certificate. That's all. While the 20,000 package gives you access to mentorship only without the courses. Then 25,000 package gives you access to all the courses, all the 26 courses, and a mentorship section with some other freebies. So in those courses, that's where you see the financial education, the financial education course is part of the courses there. Gain, no, not gain. Gain, let me type it to everyone. Is www.gain, like you gain something. Gainincubator.com. So that's it. I think you can see it on your system. At the chat room, you can see it there now. www.gainincubator.com. Once you go to that platform, you see everything we are doing. You on the slide, look at the slide on the screen right now. You see the Startup Academy.
Oh,
We have
yes,
the
sir.
idea incubation, business training, and mentorship resources and tools to stay competitive. So we have some resources we give to you after each of this class. Any of the package you go for, there are some other free breaks that come with it. Then we incubate business idea. That is another package on its own. The first cohort is coming up by June this year, and it's going to be a 2-month program. We'll be working with you on your business idea, and the price is 50,000 for those that pay for the early bells. It's going to be 50,000. We're going to go through your idea with you, work with you on the idea, help you to make sure it's innovative enough, how to structure everything. Now we're going to work one-on-one with you. We're going to incubate your business idea. So the first cohort is coming up by June this year, starting by June. That is it. And for those, I don't know. So just go to that website and you see this thing. And for those who might want to get in touch with me, you can also get my number from the admin. I believe they'll definitely give you my number. I'm on WhatsApp, on my Instagram. That's my Instagram handle, Opeyemi_Adeyanju. On Facebook, it's just Opeyemi Adeyanju or O Adeyanju. You can also search me through O Adeyanju or Opeyemi Adeyanju on Facebook. Instagram is Opeyemi_Adeyanju. Then you can also send me email on info@gainincubator.com or info@marblebrands.ltd.com. Any of the two, you can send me email via those two email. Info at let me type the second one also. Then you can get my contact from You can get my contact from the admin. info@mabobrands.com. So you can also reach me through that. I think somebody is raising hand.
Yes, Omara, kindly go ahead.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for the amazing session. It's been very enlightening. You made mention of upselling and cross-selling, and I think I don't really get the difference between the two. I'll use my business as an example, so that maybe you could just explain based on my business. I'm a yoga manufacturer, and I also train people. And when I train, when I started my training, I discovered that some of my trainees wanted raw materials. They wanted to know where to buy packaging materials, and that's how I started selling all of these things to them. In that situation, is it the upselling or the cross-selling? Because I know by the time you use my business as an example,
Come again. Sorry, please come again.
Yeah, I said I manufacture yogurt, and I also train people on. I also train people on how to do these things. But at the point I discovered that some of my trainings were asking for where to get raw materials, packaging materials, or the culture they will use to start production. So it became another opening for me, and I started selling these things. So in that situation, is that an upselling or a cross-selling?
Okay, in that kind of situation, is a cross-selling.
Okay.
Do you get it? If you read through this slide, I said you have a secondary range of products. It's not your primary main business. Like what you actually want to do is to train them and you produce yogurt. Am I right? But along the line, they realize that they want materials. So what you did was to now add that material to them so that they won't go somewhere else.
Exactly.
You understand? So that material becomes the secondary product or service for them. You get it? So the main thing you are doing is called your front ends. We have then why those material is called the back ends. That's cross-selling. But when it comes to upselling, let me see a very good example I can use is let's say, okay, for example, you meet with an estate agent now, and you tell the estate agent that you need a 2-bedroom flat. That's what you need. But the estate agent knows that he doesn't have 2-bedroom flats. Now, but he has a 3-bedroom flat that is very superb, that has everything that you're looking for, in fact, beyond what you are looking for, and the slight difference in it is not much. You understand? So maybe you're supposed to go for a 2-bedroom flat at about 500,000, but I now show you a 3-bedroom flat that has everything you want. In fact, it's well okay, and they are telling you it's just add 100,000 to it, which is 600,000. Now look at it. Instead of me to go for 2-bedroom flat, please, I'll just add 100,000 and do this 3-bedroom flat. That is upselling. So if you read through this, this is increasing the value of what is sold. You do this when you know you have the opportunity of offering customer a slight different product from what they first thought they needed. When that different product meets their needs more exactly and is more profitable for you. Do you get it? It's a different thing from what the customer actually wants, but it suits them. It meets more of their needs and it satisfies them. And there's just a little different from what they would have gone for. That is upselling. I don't know if that's answered that question.
Very clear, sir. Very clear.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your time. We're really grateful.
So please.
Any other questions, please?
Okay.
Any other questions? Hello, any other questions, please? All right, no more questions. Sir, I would like to request for slides if they can be made available.
All right. Nice. Okay, I'll get back to you on that.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
I'll get back to you on that. See what I can do. Even if I can't give all the slide out for the 3 days, I'll see which one I can give out.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So also, when you get my contact, please help me to share my contact with them. I want a feedback. I want to know how you are faring your business. I like being part of startups. It's a passion for me. It's a vision, it's a mission. I enjoy it. I just want to see business growing. I don't want us to keep saying business die in the next 5 years, 3 years. We are no more in business. It doesn't make me happy. So I want to see business going beyond the shore of Nigeria. Today we're having a branch outside this country now. So if I can achieve it, I believe every other startup out there can achieve it. It's just for us to work together, grow our business, and let's see what we can do in creating more job opportunity, even beyond Nigeria. So I want a feedback. I want to hear again from you. I want to know how you're doing in your business. I'm open to questions, to inquiry. If you need my advice, I'm always open to do that with you. Thank you very much. I remain myself, Opeyemi.
Thank you, sir. So I don't know if you dropped your LinkedIn social media handle.
I'm sorry, I don't know it's off. I don't know it's offhand. I don't know it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Opeyemi.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And thanks to all participants. Over to you, Ma.
Yes, thank you. Well done, Praise. Fantastic coordination there. Mr. Opeyemi, thank you so much for this 3-day course that usually it could take 6 months or 1 year to complete. You were able to compress it to 3 days. Thank you so much for your time. I know today you were not supposed to be in here, plus yesterday. You sacrificed your other appointments to ensuring that you attend this training. This we don't take for granted. We are so grateful for your time and your sacrifices. And for the participants, you've heard it. Go and practice what you've learned. This is what I've said in all other sessions I have gone through. Just to add up to what Mr. Opeyemi have said regarding mentoring, I don't know if any of you have read The Richest Man in Babylon, if you read that book. If you read the book, the first law, one of the most important law is what he has mentioned here. The power of mentors. Whatever business you want to go into, instead of making same mistake and struggling and all that, get a mentor. Mr. Opeyemi has offered to mentor anyone that is interested. I'm also, as an entrepreneur also, I would like to mentor anyone that is interested, especially the female upcoming entrepreneur amongst us. And I would like them to be part of the She Trades in the Commonwealth. I am a beneficiary of the She Trades Commonwealth project for the past 3 years, and it's funded by the EU. And what to do is help startup and companies grow by introducing them to the international community, where you begin to export your products. Apart from that, they put you through the entrepreneurship pathway. So if you're interested, especially for those that own female companies, you can contact me. So it has been a fantastic 3-day training in the entrepreneurship cohort. And I say congratulations to all those that were able to attend all 3 sessions. Congratulations and thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you very much, Ma.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ma. And to all our participants, thank you very much. Further information will be communicated to the page. We can leave now. Thank you.